In today's video, we're going to talk about, should your training scare you?
Yeah.
So the short answer for should your training scare you is yes, 100%.
Yeah.
There should be elements of it where you're thinking, right, okay. The only time I've had that apart from this training is when my goal was to get strong. So I knew I'd be going and thinking, right, this is what I need to squat, or on the bench there, this is what I need to bench to beat what I've beaten. Part of that training system that I was doing. I know sometimes when we're walking to the gym or driving, it's very quiet in the car.
We don't speak.
Mainly me, because I'm just thinking, I know what we've got to do today.
And then what do? I can't be bothered. Sometimes the easier sessions are actually long and boring, and you can feel like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's coming.
Long run on a Saturday, unless we're chatting a lot, it can feel a long time.
I enjoy it. So the more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you actually enjoy the time off you have.
Oh yeah, Sunday now. Now we're training pretty hard at the moment. And it's 6 days a week. Every training isn't hard, and every session isn't scary. We'll come to now. When I get to Sunday, I'm actually at a point where I'm going, I've earned today off, and I need today off. So going back to should it be scary? Long runs we do on a Saturday, they're not scary. They're not scary. They're just going, they're long to do, let's go, trot along, have a chat. They're not
We
scary.
can actually talk and run at the same time now, which we could never do at the beginning.
That's something we've built up to do. And it's took a while. Well, no, I'll tell you what, it hasn't took a while. It's took us to realise what speed we can run at and still chat, rather than we're going for our long run and then pushing things too hard. And this is the big point of this as well. Every training session you do can't be hard. Well, a lot of people will go in and go, right, smash out today's one, bam, 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 bam. Or if you do that 6 days a week, I guarantee you haven't worked hard in all those sessions. They'll feel hard, they'll feel very hard, but you won't have worked as hard as you could have done if other days are moderate and other days are easy.
I used to hear of people on Instagram, influencers, talking about heart rate training, and me thinking that sounds far too complicated. What are they going on about? It needs to be between 140, 150 or whatever, and then higher. So now I know that, even though it scares me, I know how hard I'm not training. So that's why you need to track it. Tracking's so important, even though I hate it, and anyone that does it like with a plan will get what we're saying. Like working at your 90% max heart rate is painful, but it's meant to be, and then you almost get used to it.
I'd say you do and you don't get used to it.
I think what I'm doing. Well, I do sometimes think
what
we're doing it for, but afterwards I feel amazing.
You feel good afterwards. And also, I've put an image on Instagram today of my VO2 max. So in the last, I can't remember what it was over. Say it was over 6 months. My VO2 max has gone from 42 to 49. So okay, who watching this going, 49 still not great. It's the top 15% for my age, and it was at 42. So the point isn't where you're at now, it's where you're going. But when you come to do those sessions let's start with Tuesday. So at the moment, our Tuesday ones, we're doing threshold runs. So we're basically covering as much ground as we can in 45 minutes. That's one of our hard sessions. We're doing it where, in a way, we're not even monitoring our heart rate. That your heart rate will be dictated by the duration of what you're doing. I do monitor the heart rate, and I'm sad enough to keep a spreadsheet of what distance we've covered and what my average heart rate was, what I did each session.
I didn't even know you did that.
So I can see when we're doing now 9.28 kilometres in the 45 minutes, and our heart rate sits at 160. When we were doing 8.8, our heart rate still sat at 160. So I can look on that and go, I can see the progressions we're making. We're covering more ground and we're still averaging that heart rate. What makes that session scary is that you're going to keep your heart rate at, and again for us, 160. Someone who's younger or someone who's fitter, it might be 170. Someone else it'll be different for whatever you're doing. It's a tough one to do. How do you feel after 2 kilometres?
I think I'm going to do the next 7. I genuinely don't think I can do it, but actually, to keep reminding yourself you can do it. Your body, your head will give up before your body. Your head's telling you, don't do it, stop. It's too hard. Stop. I like that.
Do it.
The thing is, just keep telling yourself you can, and I always remind myself this is what winners do.
Whenever you're doing something like that, you can't chat when you're doing those.
No, we don't speak.
You can't.
It gets him away.
It's that to say where we're going, not even left or right.
Even my hand went like that at one point.
Get out of my way. It's that we're not chatting.
Yeah.
So when you're doing it, the only voice you're hearing is the voice in your head. If you're saying to yourself, and I don't know who I can give credit to this too, because I remember reading it or watching it on YouTube. If you say in your head, I'm a slow, sluggish snail, and you're trying to run, it's going to feel really hard.
Who would actually say that?
I don't know. I can't remember what
I know
I
what
saw
say,
it on.
but
No, you wouldn't say that.
No, you wouldn't. I feel dead slow,
reframe
or I feel this is hard. If you keep telling yourself those things,
it's hard.
But you told me to feel like it's butter or something.
Yeah, if you feel like you're cutting through butter, you're gliding, you're flying.
It's what's his name?
David Goggins?
Yeah. Comment below if you can relate to any of this. If you think your training's actually too easy, when you really think to yourself, and also, I think like you should want to like beat your time. So I know some people just want to do it for fun, but actually, how many times do you want to just keep doing it for fun? Why don't you just? You're probably telling yourself that because you're frightened of your capabilities.
Yeah, and where you can get to.
Yeah.
If you decide that you really want to push yourself,
Yeah.
when you do those Thursday at the moment, VO2 max sessions, they're horrendous. But they're a shorter run. Say we're doing 4-minute runs or 1,000 kilometers, whatever it is. 1,000 kilometers. We're definitely not doing 1,000
meters.
1,000 meters.
Yeah, that's
that. They're hard. They're mentally hard to
Yeah.
keep going and keep going. You have to have that mental capacity to go. I can do this. I can do it. Before you know it, you've done it, and then you go. You've got a good sense of achievement from doing it.
Yeah, you do, but it's rotten.
But it's supposed to be. But that's where they're supposed to be really hard. Those 2 sessions. There are only really 2 hard sessions of the week.
Yeah.
So the rest of the time, I'm not saying our training is easy. Running 17k for us, it's not easy, but it's nothing like those sessions. Really, our heart rate should be for that, for us, just sitting in like on my zone, just very bottom of the yellow in the green.
Yeah.
So when you then have those days where they're easier, or like Friday session, we're doing all Hyroxy stuff, movements as an engine builder type thing. It's not hard, is it?
We go steady.
We're working at a level. But when you then come to do your Hyrox race, if you haven't done those hard sessions and you want to push yourself in that Hyrox race, it's tough because you haven't put yourself in that hole. You need to be putting yourself in that hole if you want it.
In your training, pain cave in your training, because when you do an actual Hyrox, you'll surprise yourself.
Just don't do it. Try and do it every session you do. If you try and smash
week.
yourself every session,
Yeah.
you'll either end up injured, tired, or your progress will just do that.
Yeah.
Or if worse, it will do that and you'll get injured. It wants to go steady session, hard session, drop it back down.
Yeah.
And then if you need to add in any weeks when you then just have an easier week to fully recover, do it. That's why it's good to train in different blocks of training.
Yeah.
So you can add in table weeks. You can then phase things to the next form of training.
Yeah. So if you want to let us know you've watched this video, comment below, follow Steve on Hyrox Workouts.
Do us a favour as well, subscribe to this channel. If you're watching it and you like it, how many videos we've done now? We've done quite a few.
8?
Ugh, never.
9?
We've done loads more than that.
Oh, we're not.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I reckon we've done loads more. There's quite a few on there. Check them out. We do a review each time we do a Hyrox.
Yeah.
We're going to put out loads more. Subscribe to us and then you'll get to see everything that we're doing. Hope you found this interesting. And to summarise, yes, your training should be hard for some of what you're doing. Is that your scared face? Were you doing a scared face?
Yeah.
Show me it.